Good morning, everybody. This morning I'm going to show you just two charts because the markets have been very quiet this week with few major technical events to highlight. So we will focus on two indices, two stock market indices. The first one will be the S&P 500 with a significant update, with an update on what's happening on the S&P 500 with the rising wedge pattern I discussed last week. Then we are going to focus on a topic I developed in my morning mail yesterday, which is a focus on the SMI, the Swiss SMI index. So if we start with an update on the S&P, last week I discussed the possibility of a rising wedge pattern, so you can see this pattern forming here, rising wedge forming since late February. What's quite interesting here is that the market did not ignore the upper part of this pattern, so you can see the resistance line in red. This resistance line was hit last week, so at the end of last week, and I wouldn't say we saw a correction, but at least the market stabilized below 2900, which remains the critical resistance for this pattern. So what we are seeing right now is hesitation near resistance. So as a reminder, what I would like to see to confirm this pattern has not been seen yet. It would be a breakdown below 2850. So right now we are just seeing signs of exhaustion. The short-term trend remains bullish, so no obvious trend reversal at this stage, but we can see that investors are becoming a bit shy around the 2900 area. To complete this view, just have a look at the daily RSI. So this is a 14-day RSI. We can see that this RSI is showing a topish pattern as well. I wouldn't say it's a bearish divergence, but at least we are starting to see a topish RSI, which reminds me what happened during last summer with the RSI. So the market keep rising, but the RSI is starting to build a topish pattern and maybe even a bearish divergence. So net, S&P still bullish, but showing signs of exhaustion. But we need to break below 2850 to confirm the topish view. Just keep in mind that the target of this rising wedge formation is the lower part of the rising wedge around 2720. Now let's switch to Europe with a very interesting chart, which is the chart of the Swiss SMI index. As you can see here, the Swiss market is the first one to move back to all-time highs. You can see here this week's new highs. And also you can see that the SMI index is back on a major resistance forming since 2007 here. So this was the top of 2007, and 12 years later we are still trading around this resistance zone. It's not because we moved slightly above this level this week that we are necessarily going to make a significant upside breakout. As you can see, it's a long-term resistance. So a long-term resistance, you have to take a significant margin of error around the resistance to really acknowledge that the resistance has been broken. So right now what we can see is a test of the resistance zone. I would like to share also with you the Elliott wave pattern of this market, because it's pretty clear. From the low of 2009, I would say that we have a clear 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. So you have wave 1 here, wave 2, the wave 3 probably ended here. Then a wave 4 is underway, which means that it's a rising triangle. And this rising triangle looks like an A, so at the low, B, then you have wave C here. We are probably making wave D, which means that in the short term there is a risk of starting a setback to complete a wave E. So wave E is usually the last wave down before a breakout. So this is the risk in the short term. So making a wave E. And longer term, I think, I mean, in terms of most probable outcome, it means that we will soon end this wave 4 and start a wave 5 back to new highs. So this is a quite interesting pattern, not only for Switzerland, but also for European market in general, and I would even say a world stock market, because if we see Switzerland breaking out, probably all markets will remain pretty strong. So if we have such a breakout, so completion of a wave E, and then after that major upside breakout, it means that the markets are likely to continue to rise by the end of the year. This is at least the scenario that I see on Elliott wave patterns. And it also means that a short-term pullback cannot be ruled out. I mean, the index is back on the resistance, as you can see there, strongly overbought. And what I would like to see, I mean, maybe it's wishful thinking, but that's quite obvious on each chart, is a last setback before the breakout. So let's see what happens in coming weeks, but ideally I would like to see this time hopefully a pullback. I wouldn't say it will be the start of a bear market, but at least a pullback lasting maybe a few weeks, maybe a few months, I don't know. Then after that, a potential upside breakout. Have a very nice trading day and a good weekend.